Welcome back to Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories of the world of cord cutting, including Comcast may be about to kill Bally Sports. We'll tell you what's happening there. Amazon, ESPN, and NBC will reportedly be the new home of the NBA. As a deal is happening here, though TNT may not be out of it yet. We'll tell you what's happening. And News Nation is expanding to a true 24/7 format. These stories and a whole lot more coming up in a quick second. First though, if you're new here, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, let YouTube know you enjoy what we do here. We post videos like this every Monday through Friday mornings. And by telling me you like what we do here, they recommend our videos to more people, really helping us. So with that said, let's dive into it. Comcast may be killing Bally Sports' bankruptcy deal and maybe killing Bally Sports. Now, recently Comcast dropped Bally Sports. Bally Sports says that Comcast is trying to move it to a more expensive, higher tiered package, something they obviously don't want because that limits how many people will be watching it. And what we're told is these artisans are some of the most expensive channels, but also some of the least watched channels. If you are a very big NBA, NHL, MLB fan, you really want these channels. If you're not, you don't want to be paying for them. So Comcast has been moving some of their artisans to higher packages. Now though, Comcast dropped them. Major League Baseball, NHL, and NBA have all said in court that Comcast dropping it has a big negative impact on their willingness or on this bankruptcy deal that Bally Sports is trying to do. Bally Sports is still in bankruptcy. It's been over a year now. They had a plan to go forward. Losing Comcast definitely throws a major wrench into this because they were planning on the income. And Major League Baseball and others were planning on it. Now they have an issue. The second largest provider of television in the United States does not have Bally Sports. Dish does not have it. So two of the top four or top five, wherever Dish falls right now, I'm not sure if they're above or below YouTube TV right now for Dish satellite, do not offer Bally Sports. It could be even three of the top five because YouTube TV does not. Because of that, it's probably making MLB, NBA, and NHL much less willing to work with Bally Sports on some type of deal to get it out of bankruptcy. I don't know. I'll be very interested to see if Comcast sticks to its guns and does not renew. In most markets, you can get Bally Sports Plus and subscribe to Bally Sports Plus that way. I'll be interested to see what the profit margin is on that. I'm sure by the subscriber, Bally Sports Plus is more profitable. But when you're on something like Comcast, there's millions of people paying for it who don't watch it. And because of that, that drives up the revenue for these companies. And I've often talked about how cable networks have become kind of fat because they were able to just count on everybody having to pay for them. Because Disney would say if you want ESPN, you also have to carry these 5 other channels, for example. Even though those 5 other channels didn't bring a huge audience, they were able to get revenue every month from them because Comcast really wanted ESPN. We'll have to wait and see what happens here, but let me know. What do you think? Do you think Comcast and Bally Sports work out a deal? Or do you think that Comcast is joining Dish and others and saying goodbye Bally Sports for good? All right, there are reports from the Sports Business Journal that Amazon, ESPN, and NBC will reportedly be the new home of the NBA. Now, this is not final, it's reported, and we've heard rumors of this for a while. Many companies reportedly try to get rights, including Apple, Google, and more. But now the report is that Amazon will get some type of weekly game maybe, much like Thursday Night Football and other games they've done. And then the majority of the games will be on ESPN and NBC with that. I remember growing up watching NBA on NBC, but TNT has had NBA for decades now. Now there is a clause in here that Warner Bros. Discovery has the ability to match, and there is some reports from the Sports Business Journal and others that we may see this go to court as they are very upset with the terms of this deal, that they may try to object to it to keep their rights to NBA on TNT. Very interesting to see how this plays out. I mean, no more Charles Barkley before NBA games? Why the NBA pre-show is almost as big of a thing on TNT as the actual game. We'll keep a close eye on this, but it would be another major win for Amazon as they try to build their sports lineup. Amazon is really trying to use Prime Video as a sports platform, striking multiple sports deals, most noticeably the NFL Thursday night games, the Black Friday game, and other games now on Amazon. This would add NBA games along NFL games and other sporting events on Amazon's Prime Video for subscribers there. Please subscribe and buy something on Amazon.com. I'm sure that's what Amazon's hoping. All right, News Nation, owned by Nexstar, has been slowly growing its lineup of content, and it will now be a true 24-hour day, 7 days a week service starting June 1st. They announced a weekend block of content that will fill a gap they previously had, and now they'll be rolling out pretty much 24/7 news coverage on News Nation as one more option. Now, News Nation is available on multiple platforms in multiple ways and on multiple streaming services. It's one more news option out there, as many companies try to cash in on people's demand for news, and advertisers' demand for news because it's often watched live, which means people are most likely not to be DVRing and skipping over commercials. And that's helped news organizations grow and become more profitable. We'll keep a close eye on this, but question of the day, anybody here watch News Nation? Let me know. All right, if you've been looking for a new phone company for your wireless phone provider, Spectrum will now give you up to $2,500 to cancel your T-Mobile, Verizon, or AT&T wireless plans and switch to them. Now, if you are a Spectrum customer, you can add wireless plans for just $29.99 for an unlimited data plan, allowing you to get unlimited data, phone, and text messages a month. Now, the problem is you may be tied into a contract with one of the big carriers with an early termination fee. Now, you'll be able to get up to $2,500 all back to cover those fees for up to 5 lines. Now, there's a lot of catches in terms of service. Make sure to read this. But if you've been looking for a way to maybe really break free from those big ones and bundle, because honestly, if you've got Spectrum Internet, that's not a bad price for wireless plans. Check it out. Link in the show notes if you want to learn more. Memorial Day is almost here, and there's a lot of sales. Roku's sale is underway right now for the Stream Day / Memorial Day sale. It includes the Roku 4K Express 4K for just $29. It's Roku's cheapest 4K streaming player in the market. It also includes the upgraded remote with voice controls, the ability to power on and off your TV, and control the volume. Also, if you're interested in what's new on Hulu this week, we have a full list of it over at corecarsnews.com. I'll put a link to it in the show notes down below. So with that said, let's dive into the question of the day. If you have a question for me, leave me a comment and start off with something like a question for Luke. That way I know it's something you want me to answer here. Sometimes I answer in the comments. If I miss it, re-ask it, because often there are more comments than I can read, though I try to browse through all of them every day. I may have just recorded this and you ask 15 minutes later, so re-ask it. All right, today's question is, do you think they will start making it harder to cancel streaming services with that? That's a great question. There's been a lot of talk about how people are going to get locked into streaming, because one of the biggest issues in streaming for streaming companies is what's called churn. People subscribing for 1 or 2 months, binge watching everything and canceling. I got Disney Plus. I watched all the new Star Wars content and I canceled it. I do that. I actually encourage you to do that. It's a great way to save money, to rotate your services. Now, there's been questions, they're going to make it harder. You know how some companies will allow you to sign up online but make you call to cancel, because they want to make it as difficult as possible. There are new laws or rules, or however it's going to play out at the federal government, that would force companies to make it as easy to cancel as it was to sign up. If you allow people to cancel or to sign up online, they have to be able to cancel online, for example. If they can only sign up on the phone, they can only cancel on the phone, for example. But I suspect that they're going to increasingly do 2 things. First, push bundles. We talked about this already this week, the idea that if they bundle with other streaming services, if you get the Netflix, Apple TV, and Peacock bundle that just got announced for $15 a month, you'll be able to try to lock them in. Because even if there's nothing they're watching on Netflix, they're probably watching something on Peacock or Apple TV Plus, and you at least get some revenue from that. The second thing is they've been really pushing and expected yearly packages to become more common. With this, increasingly we'll see more packages pushed for yearly, and to push the idea that you're saving money. That's how I think companies will more likely address this rather than doing the cancellation. So that's it for today. Have a fantastic day. Take care. Be safe. I'll talk to you tomorrow.